college football playoff preview. Let's get into this, but before we do that, it's Christmas Day, and so I would like to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys got some good gifts, but I'll say Merry Christmas, but I think there's somebody else that would like to say Merry Christmas. Jay Burrow, take it away.
Merry Christmas!
So, college football playoff. There's been some breaking news that is going on about this. What has been reported is that 3 Clemson players will not be playing because they were suspended for smoking weed. I don't really know who these 3 players are. I know one of them's a starter. The 2 other were bench warmers. So, and I know he was on the defensive line. I think it's Dexter Lawrence. Please let me know in the chat. I'm not 100% sure about that. But so they will not be playing. Now we'll get into that later. But I think we'll start with Notre Dame and Oklahoma. I'm done. Notre Dame and okay, loss of words. I'm sorry. Oklahoma, Alabama. Everybody's picking Alabama. I think they're a very heavy favorite, and I think that they gotta have the better team. But I want to talk about Tua Tagovailoa real quick. After he was hurt against Georgia. He's been going through extensive rehab. Alabama trainers say he'll be ready for December 29th when the playoff is. I don't know. He has a high ankle sprain, I believe, where like the ligament in your there's 2 ligaments right here, and he had to get a wire through the thing to keep his ligaments together. Will he be able to play with that? I'm gonna assume he will be, but will he be on his A game? I don't know. I know Tua wants to play, but will he be at his best? I don't know. He is facing a defense, however, that is softer than a memory foam mattress, though. But I've been going over certain game film, and I'm trying to figure out what Oklahoma needs to do to win this game, and I think I found it. You got to get Kyler Murray has to be the center of your offense, which they've been doing this entire time. Shouldn't be any problem there. And I've looked at how Alabama defends the pass, and they play a lot of man, meaning you have your corner or safety matched up against their wide receiver or tight end or running back. It doesn't leave that many people accounting for Kyler Murray. So Kyler Murray's going to have to do, I think, a lot with his legs. And Alabama's going to have to make open field tackles, which I looked at Kyler Murray against West Virginia. West Virginia did not make open field tackles. So that's what they have to do. I definitely think that Kyler Murray will be able to get... I'll go out on a limb and say Murray has more rushing yards than passing yards. Another thing is, I think Georgia exposed this of Alabama. Alabama does not have a good pass defense. I mean, their run defense is definitely better, but what I think Alabama might try to do is blitz Kyler Murray off the D-line. But if Kyler Murray gets out and you're in man, if you blitz a lot and you're in man and Kyler Murray is able to get outside, it's game, set, match. He's going for at least 30 yards. And that's what West Virginia tried to do. So I think if you're Alabama, you want to play a lot of zone defense and always have your eyes on Kyler Murray. Make sure he doesn't escape. But now let's talk about what the OU defense needs to do. And they need to, there's 4 guys. And if you ask me, Tua is very lucky that he has guys like Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Irv Smith, and Jalen Waddle. Those guys did not play well against Georgia. I know I think it was Irv Smith dropped a wide open pass over the middle. And they had to do a lot of running with Josh Jacobs and Damian Harris, and even Jalen Hurts did some running. Got that winning touchdown. You gotta make sure Pardell Motley, I think, is the number 1 corner for Oklahoma. You gotta. I mean, what's gonna be the problem for Oklahoma is Pardell Motley is, I think, their only really decent person in the secondary. He can only guard 1 guy. I would assume he'd probably guard Jeudy since he's their best receiver, but they're going to leave big gaps. So that's what I'm worried about with Oklahoma. The question for Oklahoma is, are they going to be able to score enough to keep up with Alabama? And I do think Oklahoma will have a chance to do this. I mean, if Tua isn't 100% healthy with that knee, he won't have good mobility in the pocket, which could cause the OUD line to get to them. So the Alabama O-line has to be ready. I don't know. All right, it's time for a score prediction. First CFB playoff final. I'm gonna go with. It's not the first one because Notre Dame Clemson is being played first. I'm gonna go with. I've said this score before. If you saw my New Year's 6 live stream, Alabama 45, Oklahoma 35. I think OU holds it close throughout the entire game. But Alabama's just the better team, and I think they pull away at the end. If you ask me, these are the two best teams in the playoff. Oklahoma and Alabama, I think, are the two best teams in the playoff. So, I don't know. It's going to be a great game. This one is, I think, it's the Orange Bowl, yeah. And the winner of that takes on the winner of Notre Dame Clemson. Now, as we said at the start, 3 Clemson players have been suspended for the game from smoking that dope. And is that going to affect Clemson a lot? Now, I think one of them's Dexter Lawrence. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think one of them's Dexter Lawrence. I know there's one starter, which would be Dexter Lawrence, and then 2 bench warmers. Would the absence of one of their D linemen really hurt them? I'm going to say, well, Notre Dame has been known for their offensive line. They have a pretty good offensive line this year. But Clemson has this is going to be probably the top D line facing the top O line. And with one of your best guys gone, that's not going to really play in your favor. Oh. So we're going to have to see about that. But I think it's going to be a defensive battle. Both of these are pretty defensive-minded teams, but I have worries about Notre Dame in the passing game. They have a really good run defense. I think they did a good job with that. But, I saw them against USC. They allowed short pass after short pass after short pass. A lot of little dig and dunk routes that they were not getting on top of. And I think they're going to probably have to get on that because I've seen Clemson likes to go deep, but they'll set that up with a short pass and maybe have a guy go deep. So that's definitely not to Notre Dame's advantage there. But if we talk about Ian Book, the quarterback for Notre Dame, he has been a guy who took over for Brandon Wimbush, has been playing very well. But what I've noticed in Notre Dame, they struggled against Pitt, a team Clemson blew out. They struggled against Ball State. They struggled against Vanderbilt. They struggled against Wake Forest. No, they didn't struggle against Wake Forest. They've had a lot of close games, but they have beaten teams, the good teams that they've played, like Stanford, blew them out. Michigan beat them. I think Clemson is going to be the biggest test of their season, and I think you could say Notre Dame will be Clemson's biggest test because I think the best team Clemson has faced is Syracuse, which is not really saying much, and Notre Dame also played Syracuse, beat them. This is going to be a close game, but if I had to make a pick, it would be... I think the absence of Dexter Lawrence is going to hurt, but they have more guys on that defensive line that I think could stop Ian Book, and Notre Dame hasn't really impressed me at all, except for the win against Stanford and Michigan. I think Clemson has more experience with Dabo Swinney, and Notre Dame recently has not been known for winning the big game. So my score prediction, Clemson 24, Notre Dame 17. So I think that's going to do it. Leave your predictions in the comments below. I'll be looking at those. Hope you guys have a great Christmas day. If you're looking at this, I don't know. I just have a great day. As for, before we end this, quick announcement. I'm going to be doing a live stream for all New Year's 6 games. Yes, it's going to be great. All New Year's 6 games I will be doing a live stream for. So, I might not be able to get in the Peach Bowl, which is morning, December 29th. I will be able to do the playoff, and I will most likely do them for every New Year's 6 games. That's all I have. Merry Christmas, everybody.